Okay, so now that I've filled all of you in on the mobile app development process, let's get you started with your first step into that actual journey. And this is, of course, our design document. This is how we're going to get started with a design document. So, of course, this is pretty much where you begin with your app. You start out with your app idea, and you begin extracting from it. What have your requirements become? That you can actually start designing your app architecture and the visual layout itself. So in your design document, you want to have a list, okay? And this list needs to be your device features, the functionality that you're going to use, how the app might work. This is basically a checklist of everything that we need within our design stages before we can move on to our development stage. Now, second of all, your app design document is pretty much a blueprint for your application. So think about building an app pretty much the same way you would build a house. You don't start building a house without a blueprint, and the same applies for an app itself. Your design document is a roadmap from the very beginning to the very end. So obviously when it comes to our design document, we also need to think about our elevator pitch. So an elevator pitch is the problem your app is going to solve in just a few short words. Elevator pitches are used to get investors excited about your idea. It needs to be concise. It needs to be memorable. It needs to stick with your investor afterwards. Now, you don't necessarily have to be pitching to an investor, but of course it's still a good idea to have an elevator pitch, okay, with the main functionality of your app. Now, as developers, you can expect your mindset to change. You'll become a person whose mindset is fragmented into pretty much 1,000 different thoughts at once, all compiling together like a computer. So what seems obvious to you might not be obvious to your users. So of course we need to understand our user experience and how the app will be used and what makes it stand out from its competitors. The experience your users have on your app will set you apart from your competition. If it's simple and has an ease of mind that you're kind of going for, you just need to keep that during your development. You are not looking to frustrate your user, okay? You want them to keep them coming back for more. You'll want to define that experience again by understanding the user experience of your app. Now, what about our features? So features, of course, are a detailed overview of the core features that your app is going to have. Now, the design document is something that I believe you can all do no matter what your level of experience is. And of course, I'm going to build upon your weekly challenge with a design document because I want all of you to start thinking like mobile app designers. And of course, once we move on to our development stage, you're going to have all that material in front of you. So I need you to create an elevator pitch. It simply just has to be a Word document that you really express your ideas onto. So your elevator pitch needs to be a problem that your app is going to solve. I need you to understand the user experience of how the actual client or whoever's downloading your app is going to use. And of course, just a detailed overview of the features or core features that